What's going on, everybody? So in this video, we're going to talk about my top lead generation strategies you can use to book more leads, close more deals, and generate more revenue for your business. Now, before we go ahead and get started, make sure to give this video a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and let's go ahead and dive right in. And real quick, this video is made possible by Copy AI. So if you ever wanted to use artificial intelligence to help write some of the cold email copy or any copy in general, make sure to check out Copy AI. Link is in the description, but we'll talk more about them in a second. The first lead generation tip I have for you is to evaluate your offer. Now, the offer is probably the most important aspect of sales. A lot of people, a lot of times they focus on the act of selling, like writing the cold email or reaching out to somebody, doing a cold call, trying to sell them on a pitch, which is all very important. And we'll definitely get to those stages later. But the thing that really determines whether or not a product will sell is the offer. And when I say offer, it's basically just saying, who is your customer? What problem do they have? What solution, whether it's a product or a service, how does that solve their problem, right? So it's ingredients of these things. Now, if you have something that actually solves their problem and people are willing to pay a lot of money for it, that's going to be something that's so much more easier to sell compared to having a product or service that's just a maybe or somewhat or whatever. And you also have to think about the context of who your customer is. So if your customer has a lot of money and your solution doesn't really cost that much money relative to the amount that they have, it's very easy for them to depart of, let's say, a couple $1,000s to give to you to solve a simple problem for them. But if you're trying to sell to people who have no money at all and you're charging high prices, you don't want to make someone feel like they have to give up their life savings in order to work with you, because what if you don't get the result, right? So for me personally, I would prefer to work with people that have money, who are willing to spend money very easily, right? And I find that the more successful and upmarket you go, the easier it is for someone to spend tens of thousands of dollars just because it's not that big of a deal for them. The second thing about the offer is, like, does it really solve a problem? A lot of you guys are selling nice to haves. Maybe it will do this, maybe it will do that, who knows? And you just want to make money, right? But the thing is, if you sell your product or service as something that really hits the nail on the head of exactly what they're looking to do, they're going to give you so much more money quicker than you thought because you're solving their immediate problem. An example would be, let's say somebody has a podcast, right? And they are thinking about getting more exposure by doing TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube shorts. Well, maybe they need an agency to turn their long form content into shorts, right? But they just don't have the time to do it by themselves. Maybe they're making a lot of money from their sponsorships on their podcast, and they were just willing to throw money at anybody who can do the job. So if you can do the job, you just position yourself as, hey, you know, like, you're doing a very successful podcast, you're already making money. For a small fee, I can take all these clips and turn it into YouTube shorts and post it on all the other social media platforms. How does that sound to you? And of course, you're going to be like, oh, how much is it? Oh, okay, it's only a couple $1,000s a month. Boom, it's done, right? So as easy as that, it's coming in at the right time with the right offer to make it so much more easier for someone to buy your product or service. Once you have a winning offer, something that people actually want to buy, when it comes to lead generation, you have to actually reach out to the person. And a lot of times you're probably sending them, let's say, a LinkedIn message or cold email message, most likely, right? And this is very powerful because you can send literally hundreds and thousands of emails without ever picking up a phone. And one of the best tips when it comes to generating more leads is actually implementing artificial intelligence. Now, I know artificial intelligence has been a major trend right now, and it's hard to decipher the signal from the noise. What's real, what's worth it, how should you spend your time? The thing is, when you're writing this email, you yourself can write it, you can watch my videos, and you can learn how to write an email. That's going to give you a start. From there, what you want to do is you want to use artificial intelligence to speed up the process at which you write those emails. So I know a lot of my students, they spend hours and hours trying to write this email. It's very difficult for them because maybe they're not the best trained copywriter, right? And copywriting, you have to spend the hours to actually get good at it. So what you can do to supplement your skill set is you use software, for example, like Copy AI, which is sponsored this video, by the way. You can kind of write in who your customer is, what problems they have, how you plan to solve those problems using your product and service, and then put it into Copy AI, and it will write the email for you. From there, once it writes the email for you, you can actually tweak it a little bit, add your flavor, add your touch, that human touch to it, and then you can send it out. So by using artificial intelligence, you can actually speed up the process at which you write, right? So you don't have to write everything by yourself anymore. You don't have to look at a blank page. You can use templates, for example. You can use those templates, put it in unique situations that are very unique to your personal product and service and your customer, and then Copy AI will write the entire thing for you. And sometimes it could be something that's already good enough to send. Now, if you want to give Copy AI a try, make sure to check the link in the description where you can check that out. And best of all, you can try it for free to see if it's something for you. The next step you want to do is you always want to A/B test, right? So for example, you want to A/B test your subject lines, right? Is this subject line better or is this one better, right? The only way to do formula is to send 2 batches of emails at the same time to a similar audience and see which one performs better. The one that performs better, you want to do more variations of that, and then you want to A/B test variations of the winning set. One easy way to do A/B testing is just to use Copy AI to write different subject lines, to write different bodies, tweak different variations. And the best of all, you don't have to write it yourself. This is the key of AI. It's not about getting AI to do all the work for you, because we're not quite there yet. It's about doing the human work, but using AI assistance to make that process so much more fluid, easier, faster, and to create more variations than you could by yourself. In my personal opinion, just being in the sales world for quite some time now, this is really a game changer, because if an SDR, like a sales development rep, or even an entrepreneur, if they spend 4 hours a day doing lead generation, like sales prospecting, writing cold emails and stuff like that, this can literally cut your time in half, and whatever you did in 4 hours, you can do in 2. Just because of the speed and the quality at which the emails are being written, it's just gonna save you so much time. So I highly recommend you use artificial intelligence to some degree in your sales process if you want to generate more leads, because the more time you save, the more time you have actually selling. And if you want to learn more about how to use artificial intelligence as well as Copy AI specifically, I actually have a in-detail tutorial, so check out my video somewhere on this screen. So the next tip I have for you when it comes to generating more leads is actually following up. Here's how it works when you send out cold emails. So let's say you're sending cold email out to 100 different potential customers. The thing is, the first time you send it, you might get, let's say, a 5% response rate. Now, you actually want to get that response rate to like 20 to 25%. So how do you do that? Well, if only 5% of people respond, what actually will happen is that when you follow up with this person, another 5% of these 100 people will respond just from you following up. The thing is, people are busy. Maybe they saw your email, maybe they wanted to reply, but they didn't have the time to do it in that specific moment. So by following up, you're going to increase your response rate typically by like 3 to 5% every time you follow up. So for me personally, I would follow up 3 to 4 times for each prospect, and I would spread out the follow-ups from 3 to 7 days. It depends. If you're going for smaller businesses, you can do it more rapidly, like every 3 days. But if you're going for more larger enterprise deal or mid-market deals, you might want to do it once a week for like a month. Follow-ups are typically pretty simple. You just have to re-summarize a little bit of what you talked about on the first email, and you want to reply to that first email. Literally like 3 or 4 sentences, and that's it. And you could even use Copy AI or any other tool to write your follow-ups and create variations of those follow-ups as well. So you never want to skip the process of following up, because that will literally 3 to 4 times your response rate just from following up. And you can use artificial intelligence to make the process so much easier. And once you have follow-ups at work, you don't even have to rewrite them. You can use the same ones over and over and over, right? Because it's 3 to 4 follow-ups, but just have it for different target demographics and just change it out a little bit depending on who that customer is. Now, the next tip I have for you is to double down on what's working. So when you find something that works, whether it's a potential ideal customer profile, right? A certain market that you're covering, a certain way you're writing the email, a certain way you're doing the follow-ups, double down on it, right? So obviously you always want to A/B test, you want to experiment here and there to see if you can find better variations, but the things that are working, really go hard at it. So if you find like a certain demographic, let's say like dentists, really hot for you, and you're doing like social media marketing, if dentists are working, go find more dentists, expand outside of your state. Instead of just California, hit up other states as well, right? Expand to as many dentists as possible, and then really build a moat around your niche and just dominate that niche. So as you guys know, I'm into like Web3 and NFTs and things like that. For me, my niche in that space is working really well. So what do? I double down on my niche and I focus on it, because it's something I have a extreme advantage in. It's very difficult for other people to copy exactly what I do. So for you guys, find something that works extremely well for you. When you find that thing, double down on it and become the industry expert. So if you want to be the marketing person, be the marketing person for a specific category, because every industry is different. Someone who's like really great at marketing for chiropractors is not going to come into NFTs or crypto and do an excellent job, because they have to relearn so many things, they have to understand the industry. So double down on what works and be the best at what you do, and you never have to worry about finding revenue again. And so with that said, that's everything we got to cover for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give this video a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I will see you in the next one.